Alrighty, ladies and gents, I am here. I actually did not have a gameplay replay ready, so I just did one from like last week, and it was a very terrible replay. Oh well, it worked. Oh, I can take off the stream starting soon now. Missed you too, Van. How you been? Yeah, my voice is still not fully healed. I mean, like, I can talk, but, like, my throat's not healed. So, if I just stop mid-sentence, it's probably because I'm muting my mic so I can cough, or, like, clear my throat because my throat is still not fully healed. But, no rest for the weary, wicked, whatever the quote is. Yeah, no, last week I lost my voice. Couldn't talk. I literally just woke up, went to work, and I just couldn't talk for like 2 days straight, and then it slowly started coming back. But yeah, it's all good. We here now. So my goal for today is also, I've been talking with a bunch of people. The goal for the vertical slice has slightly shifted. It'll take a little bit more time than it was originally going to, but it'll be more enjoyable. Basically, the long story short of what is changing is the original vertical slice was going to be like 3 weapons, 3 abilities, 3 equipment, and the fracture and binding grenade, which is a vertical slice. And technically that would be fine. And it was supposed to be like one map. It was supposed to be the art for Pathos. However, chatting with some friends, we came up with the fact that a better idea is to add a few more weapons, add some power weapons. So that's something that we will be adding, not today, not for, you know, a month or two or a couple months. But basically we'll be adding some power weapons, and that way Onyx can start to play more like it actually will, because without power weapons you're kind of just spawning up and just kind of just seeking out gunfights. Like all the games that we're playing right now, we spawn with random abilities and random equipment, and so you don't really feel the need to search the battlefield for upgrades or anything like that, which is, you know, what you do in Halo. In Halo you spawn, you know, if it's really close, like you guys are about to cap their flag or something, yeah, you might just push their base instantly. But on your way there, you might pick up like a battle rifle or something, or a sniper if it's on your way there. With current Onyx, there is none of that, so it's not playing the way it's supposed to. So we're gonna add a few power weapons, and we're gonna keep the maps being block out because it's just a vertical slice. So basically it'll be, we're kind of going back into the mindset I had with Gen 2, where it's just get the gameplay and the assets in, get it to be super fun first and foremost, and then once that's all in, then we will, you know, slowly incorporate the art into it. And I think that that'll be a better system, because we'll be able to get good fun gameplay, and, you know, the more that we show that off, hopefully the more that we'll be able to get like funding for art and stuff like that. So I think that'll be better in the long run. So instead of me trying to finish it basically all at once, I am gonna just like poke at small parts. So my minor goals by the end of Thursday is to get the equipment animations for third person in, and build the grenade system. And then we're gonna also do this on stream. So I've chopped up the next 5 weeks, or the next 4 weeks until New Year's, into 5-day sprints, and so hopefully I'll be streaming a bit more now that my voice is also doing better. But we are going to work on the death/respawn screen pass first, because that sounds more fun. and it'll be easier. So I got my coffee, and we're just gonna work on this and hopefully chat. But how you been, Van? Been good? Actually, do I have a keybind? Cool, now I have a keybind to push to mute. Nice. That's crazy. I feel full almost instantly. How long did you have to deal with that? Dang. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Hate to hear it. Well, love to hear that you're feeling better. Hate to hear that you weren't feeling good. But you know, like I said earlier, you know, wasn't feeling too good myself, so kind of feel you. Wasn't as bad as yours apparently. I don't like any of these. Yeah, I should probably be drinking more liquids. I should probably be drinking a lot more water than I am right now. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Let me see first of all if this actually just shows up. Oh, I forgot. This is the first time I'm clicking play today, so this is going to be a little frozen for a bit. Cool. Let's get the freezing out of the way first. So let me press escape to open up the pause menu. That'll also freeze for a little bit for who knows what reason. Dude, I used to be drinking a lot of water. Like when I would go to work, like, I'd be filling out my water bottle like every hour and a half. I was drinking tons of water. Dude, let me tell you, cold water is the greatest thing on the planet. Like when you're, you know, wanting to drink something, cold water is so good. Get all the assets loaded in the memory. All right. Now if I die, it do be saying respawn. And just to test this, let me go to the game mode testing and change the respawn time. Let's just set this to be 5. And then I think I already have a function in here for respawn. Respawn. Event update respawn time. Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Some of the greatest things ever is just getting in and drinking some cold water. Oh, or in my case, dude, lemonade. Like cold glass of Milo's lemon. Like that's what I used to take on hikes. It's probably not the best drink to take on hikes, but that's what I used to take on hikes. Was just a cold glass of Milo's lemonade. Oh, that was so good. Like just going on a hike with Milo's lemonade, so good. Never failed. I hate to break it to you, I'm one of those people. Just chugging down on some cold milk. Yeah. Yeah. That will hit every time. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry, you know. No, I grew up drinking milk, so for me it'll always be, I mean, I'll take anything cold. I'm not partial to anything, so. I don't know. I feel like personally it don't matter. It don't matter to me. I'll drink cold milk anytime. Heck, I drank some cold milk right before I made my coffee. So. Alright, well that's already one of the things checked off the list. Boom, we got a respawn timer now, and we can see it. Actually, let me make sure this does function as intended. Yeah, I mean, that's how I think it should function. Well, work's been busy since it's the holiday season. Like today, work told me, oh, mind you, I have an 8-hour shift, and they tell me, oh, you have 7.5 hours worth of work, which you might think to yourself, wow, 7.5 hours worth of work on an 8-hour shift, that means you got 30 minutes of leeway, right? Yeah, no, that's not how it works. There's always like a plus an hour and a half of work, because you got to do some stuff after you finish your 7.5 hours of work. So we actually ended up coming out to like 9 hours of work. Let me tell ya, I finished that 7.5 hours worth of work in 6.5 hours. I'm too good for that place. And then I just chilled in the back, throwing stuff away, crushing some cardboard in a cardboard baler. And that was not terrible. So honestly, not the worst day at work, but I did have to really bust my butt. So I got my steps in today. Let's see what my phone says I did. Just after midnight, 6.5 miles, 14,383 steps. So if we wager 2 hours of work before midnight, because that's what I did, then that probably comes out to about an even 8 miles, maybe 8.5 miles walked. So I'm getting my steps in, let me tell you. But yeah, it's not the greatest. Yeah, I used to be like the cardboard guy at my old place. I was running that thing, making bales. Dude, I made a bale at my store for like basically the first time. I made some when I first started there, but I made some at my place today, or I made one at my place today. I forgot how fun it is. I used to be so good at making bales. My old coworker and I, before I transferred, him and I would like challenge ourselves to see how fast we can make a bale. We got it pretty low, honestly. It was like 5:36 or something was our fastest time. We were cracked, and then I transferred, and I haven't seen that guy in ages. Not true, I saw him like 2 months ago. Dude, I completely agree. Those metal wires, throwing them things together and tying them, so fast at those. Do you do double or do you do single when you're tying them? Bruh. It forced you to do double? I've never been forced to do double. Honestly, we were told not to do double, but it is faster. No, we're just gonna do this for now because I don't have spectating stuff set up yet. I don't think I'm gonna even have that for the vertical slice. Yeah, we were told to do singles for safety reasons. But I guess it just depends on the place. All of our training videos told us, oh, you're supposed to do singles. Yeah, whatever. I used to be so, like, I used to only do singles, even when, like, my buddy was doing doubles. Just because I was like, well, that's what the training says. And then I just kind of gave up on it. Where am I showing the death screen? That's a very good question. Ah, play death animation. That would do it. And I'm just setting the visibility of it. Okay. So we'll keep that, but we need to make a... In player died, we need to animate this in now. In, where is it? Player died. Seriously, that's it? That's open. Wow. That screen, we want to do a render opacity. And we want to set this to 0 by default. Yeah, I never actually watched the videos. I always just skipped through them, and I was just trained on the spot, so... That's funny because they literally told us, they straight up told us to just skip through the videos. Yeah, exactly. Like, and now I use it because, like, I'll be like at the end of the shift, you know, I got like 30 minutes left some days, very rarely, but you know, got 30 minutes left some days, and I'm like, hey, so like I'm gonna go do these, you know, trainings that we're supposed to do, you know, that, you know, we're supposed to actually spend the time to do. And so I'll sit there and I'll do the trainings, but I also, like, because on my phone I can like split apps and have like 2 apps on the screen at the same time. I just like stick on a YouTube video, and I've been throwing on like those Halo 5 custom game like videos from iSpiteful, and because I love watching those videos, and it's one of the things that we're gonna do with Onyx, and I'll talk about that later. But I just like put that video at the top while, because like the training is literally just reading a bunch of stuff, clicking on a bunch of pictures, looking at a bunch of stuff, maybe doing a quiz at the end. So I'm just like, I'll just be scrolling through, like reading some of the training stuff, and then I'll just like, you know, look up at the video and watch it for like 20-30 seconds, and then go back to reading the training, and it helps to make the training a lot less boring. So I'll take it, you know. Oh, I like that. Poop. I saw that person join, and I should have preemptively banned them, because I looked at their account and I saw that that their account was made 2 days ago, so I should have just preemptively. Appreciate you. Wow, guys, look at that death and respawn screen pass. I wonder if we can add a little bit of like fanciness to it. We set the scale of this to like 1.05, 1.05. Oh, I like that. All right, let's do it on the top two. Apologies for the absolutely horrible accent. Can't wait for the full version of Onyx in 2 days, huh? Excuse me?
You're the new leader.
Yeah, I know I'm the new leader because I'm cracked. Yeah, I like that. All right, cool. We got some fancy animations. That's one of the things checked off the checklist. Now we uncheck all of these, and I throw this into things to check in next playtest. No. I will say my current plan, don't hold me to this. My current plan is for the vertical slice to officially go live late March, early April. Because what I'm gonna do is basically by New Year's, I want to have all the base gameplay and systems, like the gameplay systems, all done. And then for the next 2 months after that, it'll be completely working on the main menu, getting the main menu like fully blocked out and majority of it functional. So things like parties and lobbies and, you know, getting the full gameplay loop ready. And then just like getting the main menu just fully functional. And then it'll be a little bit of polish and like optimization just to make sure it runs good on everyone's systems, because I get like 200 frames in game, but not everyone is going to have my system. So I'm going to optimize a ton and make sure that everyone who plays, because that is one of the things. I see your message, Algichi, I'll get whatever. I'm just going to call you Algichi. Sure. Al. I'll call you Al. I see your message, Al. I'll explain this and get to that. That's one of the things that I wasn't necessarily going to do for the vertical slice. Like I was saying, like I wasn't planning on having all those other weapons that I was going to add. But if the vertical slice is going to be a public thing, and it's not going to be just a Discord playtester accessible thing, since it will be a like publicly available, I'm sure we'll get more people. I'm not gonna say I'm sure we'll get. I hope we get more people to join the server to play the playtest. So I want to make sure that the game is indicative of what the final game will be. Just, you know, not all the content and all that. So that's why I'm going to try and optimize it as much as possible. That's why it's going to take a little bit longer for it, but I think it'll result in a better feedback from the vertical slice playtest, because if people play what I was originally going to do, then people will be like, wow, this is super bare bones, this isn't a good game, and then I'm just not going to get feedback. And the feedback I am going to get is going to be, oh, I just feel like it's missing a lot, because realistically it is. It's meant to be a vertical slice, and not your average person who's gonna play the playtest is not gonna understand that it's just a vertical slice. They're gonna assume this is a beta. This is not a beta, it's a vertical slice test. It's testing the systems and the networking and all that. So the more that I can do to make sure that I don't get an initial bad bunch of feedback, the better that I think the vertical slice and in turn the game as a whole will end up doing, because I don't think I'll have just a bunch of people going, oh, the game's just terrible, it only has 3 guns. So June 29th. Okay, I'm not going all the way till June 29th. I'm giving myself 3 months. And then we've got some other stuff planned. We got some stuff coming up. Just you wait, assuming it all goes well. But I've got my weeks planned out for the next 3.5 weeks till New Year's, because it's 24 days till New Year's. I think that's what okay, 23 days. It's 24. We're just on the 24th day. The 24 days till New Year's. I've got my work cut out for me. The biggest thing is going to be the weapon system rework. I'm going to completely rework how I'm doing the weapons to make them more modular, which should allow me to add more weapons, and it should get rid of this. Look how ugly this is. So yeah, this will be all getting condensed down into actor components, and it'll be a lot more organized and a lot more object oriented and a lot easier to manage. So yeah, it'll still be the same amount of code. It'll just be divided up into reusable assets that each gun will have. So it'll be better. Hey, if that happens, if any big YouTuber plays the game and makes a comment on it and streams it or something, I will consider that a win in my book. Like if some YouTuber streams the vertical test or something, or they get their communities to do it, or somebody makes a video about it, and we just get at least 50 people. If we get 50 people in the Discord from the announcement of the vertical test, the vertical slice play test, I will consider that a win in my book. For as small as my channel is and as small as my Discord is, I will consider that a win. So be prepared to share the video with anyone and everyone. Be obnoxious about it. Send it to your grandparents. Okay, maybe not actually doing that. Anyways, Al, no, it's not cell shading. It is the cavity shader. So I have upped my stream quality. It's weird because when I stream on Twitch, I have to stream at a 6,000 bit rate, but when I stream on YouTube, I can stream at a higher bit rate and my internet can handle it, but I have to constantly swap between them for I have to constantly swap between them if I want to stream on Twitch versus YouTube. So right now I think it's only streaming at 6,000 bit rate, but no, it's the cavity shader. So basically, you know, if we okay, the screen percentage is 100. That is not a 100% screen percentage. Let's just go 105. That'll look a little better. But if you look at the difference between it on and off. You know, with it off, everything kind of just looks flat. And it just looks like just a bland game. But with it on, immediately everything, at least in my opinion, just becomes a lot more readable. And like the players especially. Like, you know, you look at the player with it off and it just looks like a low poly game. It just looks like there's not that much like effort put into the mesh. But then you turn it on and now like you can see all the depths and crevices and now it feels like it's styled. And the reason why we decided on this was because when I was looking and like reviewing my modeler's models for like the assault rifle and stuff like that, I would look at his models and I'd be like, dude, that looks great. Like if we bring in a weapon assault rifle, we just bring in like the static mesh or something. Like, you know, you look at this, like you're looking at this and you're like, oh wow, you know, yeah, that's a pretty decent weapon model. You know, it's got some details. It's not the highest quality weapon model, but that's not what we're going for. We're not going for a high quality game. We're going for a, you know, Halo 2 or 3 or kind of like Reach, where it's like models are mid quality and most of the detail comes from the texturing. The models themselves are going to be actually like low polyish. So, but if you turn that off, the weapon just doesn't look that good. Exactly. It's almost like ambient occlusion, but it also highlights the edges, which almost gives it that fake rounded edge look, which makes everything look like it's higher poly than it is. So because of that, we're now going with like the style that I've wanted for Onyx has changed a lot over the years, and it's gone down in quality, not only because of the skill and time necessary, but also just because of the assets that I've found. So like you look at this model and it really does not look good. Like without the cavity shader, the model itself is a great model, but it was modeled with the cavity shader, so it's built to work with that. So like with it off right now, it kind of just looks like just kind of a bland low poly model, but you turn on cavity and all of a sudden like you get all this extra detail and it just works. Little sneak peek for y'all. Anyways, so all right, let me read chat. Are you gonna post anything about the verticals? Yeah, I'll be doing an announcement video. I'll be posting it everywhere now that we're gonna start doing some social media posts. Basically, my goal is by the end of next week, I want all of the visual jank out of the game. So the next thing we're gonna be working on here soon is let me delete this. I don't want this here. The next thing we're going to be working on is equipment, because, you know, I can shoot. There already is an FOV slider, baby. I play at 120, so that's what all the gameplay that y'all see is. But like this is something that I've been putting a huge amount of effort in. So, nah, I'm a gamer, man. I'm a gamer. I'm gonna have all the settings. But like the FOV stuff is one of those things that I really focus a lot of my time on. Like if you look at the reticle is not just scaling. It's actually like it's got a unique materials. Like it doesn't just scale the reticle. It actually dynamically updates the texture. It's like procedurally drawn, which is something that Halo Infinite tried, but I don't think Halo Infinite does it right. I think Halo Infinite scales the sniper reticle with your FOV, which makes zero sense because the sniper is like pinpoint accurate. Why do you need to scale that? If I swap to the, if I pick up a pistol, you can see, look at the reticle when I change FOV. The pistol reticle doesn't change because it's a precision weapon. The reticle doesn't need to update. But something like the SMG, where this shows the spread of the weapon, like this should update based off of your FOV. And it's not a 100% perfect, but it's like 90-95% accurate. And because of this, you know, and if you look at the first person arms and stuff, like they don't change the size when you change your FOV. The first person stuff always stays the same. So like FOV stuff is something that I spend a lot of time making sure feels good on whatever FOV, because like one of my buddies, he plays a lot of Valorant, so he loves his game at 103 FOV. Me and one of my other friends, we love playing at 120. Another one of my friends, he actually plays on fairly low FOV. Like he loves the classic Halo, so he plays on like 78 to 90 FOV. 78 is default Halo FOV, so it's like that is one of those like big features that I want. But yeah, we will be posting on YouTube and like all social medias for the vertical slice, hopefully just trying to get as many people, like, and one of the things we'll mention in those videos is like, look, if you're interested in this game at all, please share it with as many people as you can. All of your gaming friends, just like share it with anybody you can, because this vertical slice is going to be the thing that like lets me know that yes, this is something that everyone's like, people still want. Yeah, I mean, hey, the FOV doesn't change the bullet spread at all. Bullet spread is consistent between every single gun. Like it's completely random. So, but no, there's definitely going to be people be like, oh, this is how you make your reticle contrast with a target most, blah, 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 blah. This is the best reticle colors. Because you'll be able to change, I don't have this stuff set up for this, but this is part of the stuff that'll be in the main menu settings. Like, let's just take a gander here. Look at this. Look at this. RGB HUD, baby. Like you can exactly. But like, well, I mean, I still want the game to do good. I don't want to spend all this time on this game and not have it do good. Like, yeah, it's a great portfolio piece, but I still want the game to, you know, do well, because I want to be playing this game with other people. But like, you know, this is one of those things that people might be like, oh yeah, guys, look, the yellow HUD contrasts with the world the best or something, or like, you can also change the reticle color. So maybe, let's see, neutral reticle color. You know, maybe you want your neutral color to be pink, and then like, you know, it turns red when you ADS, or like when you hover over people, or like, you know, maybe you want the friendly color to be something different. So like, there's going to be a lot of accessibility settings, and I guarantee you people are going to be like, oh, here's the best HUD colors to use. Whatever. But you know, and regarding the style and like the cavity stuff, we're kind of going more with a lower poly style, and the texturing isn't going to be photoreal, but it's also not going to be like stylized. It's going to be a middle ground that middle ground. It'll be a middle ground that we're going to play with, but yeah. Well, the issue with maxed out saturation is going to blow out. It's going to make the glowing stuff kind of get watered down, and the glowing stuff is very crucial to details. So actually, you'd want to probably play with lower saturation, I think. But all right, let's open up this file so we can start animating. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. But that's why the vertical slice will take a little bit longer, because I want to make sure to implement a bunch of settings. That way, when people who are touching Onyx for the very first time can go in there, set all of their keybinds, set all of their sensitivities and their FOV and all their settings, and make sure the game can run. And like, I want to make sure that's all working for the vertical slice. That way, those new people who play Onyx who have no idea what it even is, I would hope that they have an idea what it is before they actually work on it. But But you know, that's what's gonna happen is if I post a video and saying, hey, you know, we're hosting a vertical slice playtest, you're just gonna get a bunch of new people. It's inevitable. So where do we want him to grab the crystal from? We want to grab it from his butt, or we want to grab it from like his hip? I guess we just make it grab it from his back. But you know, and then that's, you know, with the vertical slice, we're gonna have just like 4 or 5 maps. I don't know if I'm gonna do yeah, I'm thinking his backside, kind of like up here, back left. But I don't know if I'm gonna do like, I don't know if I want to try and do matchmaking at all. I don't really think that's necessarily in the cards for vertical slice. If anything, I'll just have a matchmaking button that just finds the first lobby that has room for people, or like it'll just pick a random lobby for you to join. That way it'll just be like, hey, you can get into a game, and that's it. I don't really think I'm gonna have actual matchmaking, because that's not the point of the test. The point of this vertical slice test is to test the gameplay. So while the main menu will be there and all the buttons will be there, a lot of them will be grayed out because a lot of it's not going to be ready. I am also going to open the first person. A first person equipment animations. That way I can get all the frame times accurate. No, if you get into a game with this little guy called Sindrid, you better quit. I don't know if he's listening to the stream right now. I don't even know if he's awake. He's probably not. He went to bed like a couple hours ago, I think. But he... I need to turn this add-on off. Totally wasn't doing any modding in Blender. What? That's crazy. You know, that guy's a sweat. Yeah, what is this called? Armor fused. Yeah, okay. So what we want to do is file, append from first person, blends, equipment animations, object, armor fused. Okay, so question is, where is my crystal? That's weird. Oh. I know where it is. It's in the actual file. There it is. What bone did I use in here? Hand ik.l. I don't know. Why did I set it up like this? That's weird. Oh, it's because it by default follows that. So we are just going to do and ik dot l. Is it a child of or a copy? Copy transforms. Whoops. Copy transforms. Bop. Bone. And ik.l. There's a gunbone.l. That's what it's supposed to be. Why this is set up like this, I could not tell you. This is technically how it's supposed to be set up. Let me just select this. Copy these transforms, paste it. Or, you know, Blender just doesn't want to let me. Interesting. I'm just gonna have to set this up identically. Oh, why did I do it like this? Child of this and ik.l, and then its location and rotation we're just gonna have to copy from here. I just want to paste the pose or paste the transform. Alright, we're just gonna do it manually. This is so confusing. I guess it doesn't need to be identical to the first person one. So we are just going to do this the way I was going to do it before. So we're just going to add a copy transforms onto this. Your boy's talking to a girl, are you now? So I don't know why I didn't see that message. Until just now. Is it like an actual girl, or are you just like lying to me? The question is, can I at least copy the pose of the hand holding it? I don't want to have to manually set that up. I can. Let's go. Why is it so small? Huh? Oh. There you go. That's all we needed to do. Right? Yeah. Now, which way is he holding it in the animation? We've got that part and that part, which are pointing away from the hand. And then like kind of like something like that. I guess this is third person. It really doesn't need to be perfect. And with the new player model, I'll be reanimating all of this. This is just to get all the systems working, so... But now we can just move this around and boom, crystal moves. So now we can start digging in his... Okay, I'm not going there. Alright, how do we want to set this initial pose up? I guess, like... I guess I mean, that's a massive crystal. You gotta ask yourself, where's the dude storing this on his waist? Because this thing is massive. All right, anyways. I think I'm just gonna do it like from his waist. I think that's just gonna look better. And then we're just gonna get the key basic frames and then we'll match it up to the first person one. Sure. So what frame does he actually bring it up in front of his face? Frame 19, so 49 is what? Oh wow, I almost had that perfect. Guess we'll just give it a little bit of motion during the blend in, just that way it's not a case the blend in for some reason goes faster. Not just like a super quick. Yeah, something like that. And then boom. I don't want his arm to be as close to his body. Or his wrist as rotated. What the heck? Yeah, I like that. Cool. And then how long does it shake for before it breaks? Frame 141, so frame 41 is where it breaks. So 41 would be 71 in this graph. So let's select all the fingers. And then on frame 73 is where they will all brush. And then just for the editor, visibility. What do I have it in the old one? I'm animating it in the viewport. Cool. So sure, we'll go with that. And then now we just need to I wonder if I can do this. For handIk.l, we hide everything but the location. Can I paste this? Nope, it doesn't. Okay. So I'm just gonna basically manually copy the modifiers from the other one. We're going to generate a noise. We want to start on frame 20, which in here would be frame 350. And it would end on 370. Scale is 4, strength is 0.02, offset is 27.4, phase is 8.8. And then now we just need to do the same thing for our green channel. Uh, 6.7, 0.015, 1.1, and 5. And then red noise. $350, $370, 7.01, 17, and 1. Alright. Now that we've got the noise in there, now we can start working on the torso. Alrighty, that works. So now let's export this and get it ready for third person crystal crush. Let's set this to export animations. Sure. And then we can work on getting this implemented in Engine now. And this is where the fun begins. Uh, what is it? 330 to 390. And then this import. Huh. There, that was weird. Change this to be the vertex normal one. Cool. Now we can create a montage, and we'll call this Crush Shield. I want to blend in of 0.15. And then from here to there, also 0.15 out. Yeah, we'll do that for blending out. I'll add a curve. Crystal glow modifier. Let's go to our first person base equipment, Crush Shield, and we'll open this in a new window. And I think we should just be able to copy and paste. Yes. And then in theory, we can also do the same thing for spawning the crystal. And then we make it not first person. And then we ask ourselves, why is it not spawning? And we want this slot to be the action group. Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay. I forgot you can't preview it. Now we need to go to blueprints. And we need to go to actually data, weapon data. Get montage. Oh, is that something that we get from the weapon component itself? Or the equipment component? Yeah, we're not doing this in there. I see. Okay. So, the way we need to go about this is we need to now create a function for the equipment stuff. For getting equipment anim. It should have the same inputs as this. So, just version and then outputting 2 animation montages. All right. There we go. Now we can do this, and then we have to just set this all up. To equip. So if we do shield boost, we want third person shield, third person crush shield. If we are dropping a turret, we want drop, third person drop equipment. First person, we want drop, first person shield. Okay, cool. And then instead of doing if this is equal to ability, we just switch. Actually, we can just do a sequence. We can do it like this. And then ability will go into here. And that should work. I don't know if I broke any of it, but we shall see. Okay, so basically it's still working. Now we need to, because of the way it's set up right now, we need to do this in multiplayer. We might finish setting this up tomorrow. Interesting. I need to look at this on my other screen. And Unreal's frozen. That's great. I appreciate that. Actually, let me see if this is still working for the client. No, it is not. Probably because I am not passing through. Interesting. All right, we're not looking at that anymore. um all right, I'm done messing around. Hey, it worked, but it it didn't work. I know why, and that's where we'll fix it tomorrow. But I guess what we should be doing is just doing a quick little check where we get on. Actually, we should be doing a sequence. And then the sequence should be going into the replicated action just to test this. And is locally viewed. And only if we are locally viewed, then we play the actual animation. So yeah, if he does invis, you don't see it. But if we do this one, then we can do slow motion. And if we activate it facing this guy, yeah, he grabs it. And we see the crystal glowing, and then bam. Oof, it also turns into first person space. Okay, we should probably fix that. Blueprints. Ah, that's where it is. Great crystal. We only want to do this if is first person is true. Now let's see how that looks. So I'll need to fix some of the blending, and I should probably only spawn the crystal. Actually, yeah, let me do this real fast. So for the third person, we only want to spawn the crystal when it is fully blended in. So when his hand is about right here, that's when we want to spawn the crystal. So 0.15 about there. I'll actually have like the crystal scale in the future, so it'll look a little better. But I quickly, oh, my frames are not happy with me. Let's just do this in slow motion. Now if he starts to activate it, boom, it spawns the crystal right there. We can still see the first person one, don't worry about that. Weird, that one didn't glow now. And then we are still seeing this for some reason. How did I do with a knife? I think with a knife I set it to where it only spawns it, or maybe I'm setting like owner no see, or only owner see. Anim data, set skeletal mesh. Yeah, I am setting that. Okay, let's just copy this and set it on AN spawn crystal. Notify begin. You want to plug in is first person into there. You want to do a sequence. Is first person. Stab it. Then we want to do that, that, and that. And in theory... Yep, we still see it in first person. Great. And we still see it in third person for some reason. Why? Oh, because the owner... I see. I don't remember why I did it like that. Okay, this is something I'm gonna have to finish up tomorrow. But we got the base of the system done, so now if he presses it, and let's just go like slow-mo point, I don't know, 2.5, so it's quarter speed. He starts activating it. He grabs a crystal from his back, starts squeezing it, and then it explodes. I don't know why the I don't know why the glow isn't updating it when he is crushing it, but and yeah, those aren't returning. Strange, strange, strange. Oh, weird. Because of the way I'm doing ADS, the reticle actually updates with it in slow motion. So I can like show you guys the slow-mo reticle animations. Weird. That's cool. I love those. Yeah, for the most part, we got the we've got the third person animation in, and obviously we still have to do it for invis, but that'll be actually we can probably just do that right now. Duplicate. The only reason why I have multiple of these is because in case I need to change timings for balance reasons. But we should just be able to copy all the properties, paste all the properties, and then let's make sure we copy this glow modifier. I don't know if it's the same one or not, but we're just gonna make sure. It doesn't look like it was. And then we're just gonna search this, go to my equipment component, go to get equipment animation, and then in invisibility, plop that boy in. And in theory, that's all we need to do to set up the third person one. Let me play with 2 players since it's not properly replicating, which is what we will do tomorrow. But since he has an invis now, in theory, we can go 10 or a 10th speed. Oh shoot, wait, give me 2 seconds. This code is so bad. I can't wait to have this be neater tomorrow. Basically, none of this code will even exist. For the most part. Invis, and then true. Oh, get owner pawn. Convert to pure cast. There we go. Let me go pick up an invis. Let's slow-mo 0.25, and then let's pop it. Oh! What the heck? Why did the mesh disappear? Is it because I did? Is it because I did that? That's not supposed to happen. Whoops. Yeah. Oh, it's also setting it to be first person. Whoops. Boom. Default. This is not a first person animation. Oh, now if we do it again. Oh my gosh. Just let me press shift. Why are my fingers not fingering? Hold up. Pause. Yeah. Not the greatest. not the worst. It's a start to the system. Tomorrow we will actually build it properly in the system. That way we don't see like the double crystals. We don't see yeah, we'll do it proper. We'll finish up the system tomorrow. So we did do the crystal crush animations, but what I want to do tomorrow is we need to fix glow because it's not glowing properly when we're crushing it. We need to build equipment into anim system. That'll be actually our #1 priority, because once we build it into the animation system, then it'll play the animation properly for both first person, third person. I should, in theory, like you can see when if I go into third person here and I melee, you can still see the melee blade in first person. You can also see it in third person. Like you can see that I'm playing the melee swing in third person. Same thing if I like lunge at him, you know. If I switch to the pistol, you'll see it plays like the pistol shooting animation. Like that's because all that stuff, you can see like the weapon switching is built into the animation system. Golly, I've never actually seen that in this view. That's sick. Anyways, gosh, that's so sick. This is coming together really well. Even though it's all temporary animations, it's still better than not having animations at all.
Took the lead.
But like you can see that when we use the equipment, it doesn't play the animation in third person because it's not properly using it, or it's not properly built into the animation system. That's also the reason why if I go to like crush a crystal, I can shoot while crushing it, which obviously is not supposed to be able to happen. So once we build that properly into the animation system, it'll like block all of our other actions and everything. It'll just work properly. So that's why that's our #1 priority. So that'll be our #1 priority, and then the second one we'll do is fix like the glowing for the third person. We want, that's technically in this, is light emitting from the crystal. So we'll actually just move that into this checklist. And then oh, that's deployable turret. Where is, I think that's an art. Is, yeah, light emits from the crystal. So we'll do those 3 tomorrow. That way, like as you're crushing it, you know, it'll emit light around you. That way, like people can tell, like, oh yeah, you're crushing the crystal, and they can see like the crystal glowing. That'll be an interesting one to do for both first person and third person, but sure, we can come up with something. And then I think once those 3 are done, then it'll be officially finished. I think the equipment will just be basically finished in terms of animation wise. I don't think there's any other things on the list. If there are, I'll just add them and then we'll just work on them tomorrow. So yeah, that's, I don't know if I'll stream it tomorrow, but I will be working on it tomorrow. Yeah, we got some good stuff done today. I'm happy with that. It's also broken because you can't actually activate equipment as a client right now, but that's whatever. Don't worry about it. Huh. Trying to think. I think that's basically it. And then I'll see. Honest, what did I just say? And then also tomorrow, just because this is on my checklist to finish by the end of Thursday, is the grenade system component, which that'll just consist of moving the code from my player for grenades, because like I have all the grenade stuff in here. It'll just be moving all the grenade code from here to a component, because like I have a component for the ability system, a component for the health system, and the equipment system, even though it's not called equipment system. Probably. You know, I got the equipment system. I am going to be moving the grenades into a grenade system. That way it's its own separate thing. And then the weapon will also get the weapon stuff will also get moved into the weapon system, into a complete separate weapon system. So, yeah, so we can do that. We can try and work on that tomorrow, depending on how long the other animation stuff takes. So, I'm happy with that for today. I knew it was going to be a short stream, but that is it. I think that's all we're gonna do this stream. I need to go do some chores, do some laundry. So I'm gonna end it here, but I think we got some good work done. So I'm planning on streaming tomorrow. No guarantee. If not tomorrow morning, then probably Wednesday morning. But I will be doing the stuff that I have on my checklist for tomorrow morning. So I will get this done tomorrow. It's just whether or not I stream it. So yeah, we shall see if I stream tomorrow. I wasn't actually planning on streaming today, but I just told myself, look, I haven't streamed in a minute, and then I sent the GIF in the general chat, and I just said, well, I'm committed now. So I don't know. I might work on making invis, on doing some of this stuff right before I go to bed today. But yeah, this did some good work. And then once I finish the animations, I can officially send it to my sound designer for him to start working on the official sounds for the invis and the shield boost, which will be super sick to get implemented and working properly. So that'll be cool. But that's for another day. So, alrighty, on that note, I've got to head out. So, thanks everyone for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Hopefully tomorrow, but no guarantees. So, see ya.